Time now to drill down.
The Drill Down for Toolkit Depot's massive clearance sale. Get clearance pricing on some of your favourite tool brands.
Toolkit Depot's massive clearance sale is on now because it's time for the Ox.
Mate, I've had an idiot just back into me. Can you believe that? A bloke has just touched me. What a dickhead.
Here you go, way too fast. Don't slow down, you're gonna crash. You don't know what's been
AFL Nation's point of view with Ox and Hardy, Sunday every 6 o'clock our time. The Ox is here. Ox, good morning to you.
Good morning, and the team behind the scenes putting that promo together, that little intro, thank you. Very, very well done.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it is an absolute beauty as opposed to some of the other ones that we've got on our show.
Yeah,
anyway,
we don't really care that much about them, though.
Little cheap
We care about the Ox.
Hey, the Ox, it's a massive story over here in the last, it's been bubbling for a while, but we've just spoken to Cal Toomey, Harley Reid, 11-year deal, $25 million. What's your vibe on that type of money?
It's big money. It's huge money. But it's not 11 straight up, is it?
It's
2 years then with the 9-year
plus
extension.
9 year.
And does you have to meet any criteria in the next 2 years?
Yeah, not give away a free kick.
Well, he's going to lose his money then. It's a long term. And the one thing about Harley can play, we know he can play. Is he a bona fide star? We don't know. It's too early. Is he accumulator of the footy? No. But could he be a match winner? Possibly. And I think they're the unknowns that you've got to weigh up. Is he marketable? Yes, he is. He's in a market where he's probably the hottest name in town. It's hard. When you compare him to someone like a Cozzy Pickett or a Buddy Franklin I'm just trying to think of all the big deals that have been done, but Tom De Koning.
Mac Andrew.
Mac Andrews, where does it stack up? And I think it's high. I think it is high. I think it's high on both fronts, high on money and high on years. It's just, I think it's an enormous investment to make. Puts a lot of pressure on him. It puts a lot of pressure on the club if things don't go right.
Just think he's heading in the right direction, though, Ox. We know he didn't he didn't come back from pre-season in any sort of shape. We did. It was round. And that was no good, and that set him back. But he's getting fitter every week, and he is starting to accumulate the footy. He's starting to be there.
I'm not worried about his ability to play, Scotty. I always worry about injury. And injuries, it just, weight stops the best racehorses in the land, and injury just curtails careers. And I would, hypothetically, and I'm not saying, just say he has a couple of injuries and he only in the next 4 years he only plays 25 games. It's $10 million for 25 games. And that's the problem. It's just a big number. I just worry about the numbers for 11 years because in 11 years' time, you just don't know what's happening. You just don't know, and it might be cheap. It might be a punt worth taking. I just think even with Cozzy Pickett, and I know he's a star, they are just fraught with danger. These 7, 9, 10-year deals.
Harley Reid is by far and away the best player at West Coast by the length of the.
They do have a history. They have a history though of signing players to extended contracts who don't play.
Yeah, but they were.
Okay,
but they're at the back end. They were.
Okay, is he better than Ben Cousins at the same age?
No. No. Not yet.
Okay.
No. Is he better than Chris Judd?
No. Yeah, but the world's changed since those blokes were playing. It's 15,
No.
20 years ago.
I understand. It's changed enormously, but at the same time, you've still got to be very careful. In players want to leave, and players get injured, and players go off the rails. And I'm not saying that will happen, but there is just so many variables when you lock in for. It's a generation. The average lifespan of an AFL footballer is 4.5 years. So you're locking him in for 2 lifetimes, and you've locked him in for, what's that, about 15% of your salary cap.
It's crystal ball stuff, though. He hasn't been injured yet.
Yeah, it is.
And we didn't think, and that's the thing. You have to take your punt. No one thought.
And it doesn't matter if it's Harley Reid, Scotty, or if it's Cozzy, I'm just really hesitant with deals over 5 years.
We didn't think Buddy was going to do 10 years, mate. We didn't think Bud would make his 10-year deal when he got there.
No, and he's a rare one. And Melbourne signed up Oliver, and they've got some issues.
Yeah,
because he's dropped off his performance has dropped back, and they're a bit hamstrung now. So, and we've seen it at Carlton. We've seen it. We've seen it all over the place. And if you get it wrong, and it really hampers your development. And that's all I'm saying. And the other thing with Harley, and I've said this many times, he's not an accumulator, but he's a match winner. So you're putting your faith into a match winner. If you want a bloke who's going to get 30 or 40 touches, you go and find Nick Dacos, or you go and find Lachie Neale, or one of those really big number getters. But
Ox, they're good players. They're accumulators in powerhouse clubs. His team is last. He's 20. He's getting tagged.
He's starting to get 20 plus.
He's had a damn good month.
Yeah, Ox, and you're upsetting our listeners, mate. They're all in a good mood here today. Everyone's excited, and Sydney's just said, "Don't be a Debbie Downer, Ox."
I'm not saying he's not worth the 11 years. I'm not saying he's not worth the 25 million. But if I'm the manager of the West Coast Eagles, you ain't getting that deal.
Yep. Well,
it's just too much of a flip of the coin.
Well, let me tell you, if I was Don Pike, I'd be putting a pen on the paper right now and saying done deal right now, because you know what, West Coast needs something happy to talk about, because they haven't had anything to talk about for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, Ox.
Okay.
So, all right.
Well, you do that, and your club capitulates in 5 years.
Not my club, mate. Couldn't give a rat's toss bag about the club.
It's already capitulated.
Tim, you've been around business long enough.
Yes.
This is a business decision.
Yes.
Now, is it a smart business decision? You've got to weigh up the pros and cons. And I think it's far too in favour of the individual from a business point of view.
But there's blokes on there. So if Harley Reid is commanding 12.5 or 13% of the salary cap, so he should. Yeah. He's the one that's going to get people bums on seats. You ain't paying that type of money for Jack Graham, Liam Baker, Ruben Ginbey. You're not paying the money for them.
Let him play against Collingwood on his own then, because what happens is you don't get the quality of player that you need at number 21, 18 or 17 on your list, because that's what happens. You go top heavy and then you lose your depth. And you're trying to build depth with this club. You just can't put all your eggs into one superstar, because one superstar ain't going to kick you 20 goals.
All those blokes will be better players for him being in their team. He is the best player in the team, and he is in the top 10 players in the competition.
So what? So what?
Absolutely.
Bobby Skilton was the best player in the team and in the competition. They couldn't play finals. It means nothing. You've got to build your team. You don't build an individual. You've got to build a team.
You build around him. Absolutely. 100% agree with you.
You can build around him, but when you invest that much, you can't build the quality. It takes a lot. That's why Geelong has worked. That's why Hawthorn worked. That's why Brisbane is working, because they spread the load amongst these superstars.
So, okay.
If you put all the eggs into one player, you don't get the depth at the bottom end. And it doesn't matter. You can have a superstar on your side, Tim, but you're sitting on the bottom of the ladder because you've got no depth.
Yeah, but hang on. He's starting on a low base with the team where they are right now. So you're telling me that all those blokes like Elijah Hewitt, Ruben Ginbey, Brady Hoff, all these blokes that are around him, do you not think that they would be better for having Harley Reid as their figurehead best player, and he puts them in the shade? They don't carry his bags, whether he's a good player. He's the best player by a mile. So they go on his coattails. The team has some success. They get improved contracts moving forward as well, because there's going to be Yo gone, Oscar Allen gone.
That's where we differ. That's where we differ with the success, because you're still a long way off it. And that's what I'm saying. You've got to build player. You've got to build your list. And it's the 17 to 22 where you've got to get some good players in. You might have to go for experience, and that costs you money, because to get them over to the West, it's not easy unless you're going home. But the problem is Melbourne are suffering that at the moment now, that they've gone top heavy and they find it really hard to move the players or to manoeuvre other players into the club because you're so tight on your salary cap. That's all I'm saying. And
he's 20. He's not. He's not
it doesn't,
28.
It doesn't matter if he's 15. There's still risk involved, and if you can't see that, Tim, this is the whole problem with when you walk into a change rooms and you smell liniment. And this is what happens with board members all the time, that they go in there and go, "Oh, this is the greatest thing in 3 years' time." And I've seen it with Clayton Oliver. Clayton Oliver was a 4-time best and fairest winner, done a hell of a lot more than what Harley Reid has done. He's 3 times All-Australian, and Melbourne are 3 or 4 years in and going, gee, we're in trouble here. And that's 3 or 4 years. And I know it's a different, because one was 25, but one had runs on the board. You're hoping that Harley stays fit. You're hoping that he continues with his, he wants to get better, and, he's always on the improve, and, he doesn't get injuries, and he doesn't, all these sorts of things have got to go right for that to pay dividends. All I'm saying is, if I'm a manager, I'm not giving that sort of deal out. I just wouldn't do it, because I think the club is far greater than any individual.
You lose him, okay, so you don't do the deal, and he says, okay, well, I'm not going to re-sign after my 3rd year, and do me a deal to get me at home. Give me plan B then, Ox, if you're the West Coast Eagles. What do they do now if Harley Reid doesn't sign because you think that he's not worth it?
Well, you've got $2.5 million to go and find 2 or 3 good players.
20-year-olds? 21-year-olds?
Possibly. No. You're not locking them for 11 years. So you go and get them for 2 or 3 years, and then you then go in 3 years' time, you go and get another 2 or 3 players. I'm not saying that Harley Reid isn't the answer. I just said from a business decision, if I'm in charge of a footy department, there is no way I'm giving an 11-year deal to a bloke who turned up pre-season overweight. I would want to see runs on the board, and maybe that 2-year deal, the 2-year gap, and then the 9-year extension. That might be one of the causes. There are just some variables with Harley Reid that, when you lock in for 11 years, scare me.
Is it a pros and cons thing? You mentioned before pros and cons. When you've got such a big deal, 11-year deal, everything has to go right, doesn't it? Everything has to go right. Otherwise, it can.
Well, he's going to bring you. And West Coast they're in a really fortunate position. They're not skipping and saving money. They've got resources at their disposal. So, if it was the North Melbourne team, I would be probably talking differently, because they need the marketing dollar that Harley Reid brings. So there is a difference with those two sides. So from a West Coast Eagles point of view, you've got the resources, you've got the 2-town scenario, so he's bigger than Ben-Hur, and we've seen that work, and we've seen that hinder players in the past, where fame and fortune becomes a little bit too big for the individual. Now, is Harley mentally stable to be able to handle that? I don't know. Mate, you probably know Tim. You probably play golf with him or socialise with him. I don't know, but can he handle that? When you start earning that sort of money, attention comes your way, and you get all the scumbags trying to hang around and take a piece of you. Has he got good people around him to support him in that aspect? There's just a lot of things that when you lock him for that long, it can go. It can work, but it can also go horribly wrong. And Noel McMahon said to me, and God bless him, he only just passed away. Noel McMahon was the 56 captain of Melbourne, won multiple premierships. He said to me, David, the footy club's been around for as long as your arm. You make up a little part of it, but that little part, you've got to make that as big as it can be. And I've never forgotten that, in the fact that the footy club is always bigger than you. It doesn't matter how big you are as an individual, the club will go on, but your legacy is important. Now, is Harley Reid a legacy player?
100%.
He possibly is.
The words are sitting on my lips. He's a legacy piece of that football club, and they've got to start now, because the rebuild has to start now, and it's got to centre around one player right now. They have got.
But legacy players become legacy players in successful teams more often than not.
Yeah. So he should just walk out and go to a successful club, do you think?
No. What I'm saying is they've got to build a side to complement what Harley Reid has got.
Correct.
And if you throw too much at one player, you take away the ability to build that team. That's all I'm saying. Because if things go wrong in 4 years and he has 2 knee injuries, and touch wood he doesn't, then you've got to build a side with $2.5 million less in your cap. And that's when it becomes really difficult.
A lot of people agree with you. Ox is the voice of reason, but they're the people that hate me, so that's Carlos. 836. Harley will attract players. Ox stars will want to come. And we talked about Chad Warner, and I think Scotty nailed it. I think Chad Warner will come back to WA because he's just got that short-term deal at Sydney. I think he'll come back if Harley Reid's still here, so that's huge. Harley Reid in the top 10 in the comp, rubbish. He's heading that way, let me tell you right now.
You said that before. That was a bit, you went overboard there.
I think Harley Reid...
You haven't got him top 10 now, have you?
No, but he's in the top 10.
He wouldn't be in the top 50 at the moment.
You said, no, he's not in the top 10, but he's in the top 10.
He is in the top 10 players in the competition. I'm not talking about your power rankings in the top 10 form, but if I've said to you, who are the top 10 players in the AFL, he absolutely would be in the top 10.
Tim, stop drinking whatever you're having. Tim, I could name 15 better than him without even thinking about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Max Gawn, Lachie Neale, Nick Dacos, LDU.
Whoa. You think Luke Davies-Uniacke is better than Harley Reid?
Right now he is. Absolutely.
Please.
Caleb Sarong, Andrew Brayshaw, mate,
Sean Dawson,
Chad
Bailey
Warner.
Smith.
There's so many of them. Isaac Heaney.
Ed Richards, Max Holmes.
Harley Reid is not in the top 40 right now, just on output. Yes, potential. He's in the top 5 potential. I'll give you that.
Dangerous word, potential. Means nothing at the moment.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, listen to the pylon for this.
It's not a pylon. You said something ludicrous. I've loved
his
argument.
You can't have him in the... Is he in front of Malera from St Kilda?
No.
Yeah.
Wayne Miller? No, Wayne Miller is not in the top 10 himself.
No, I agree. I believe Harley Reid, again, semantics, yes, capabilities of being easily in the top 10 players in the competition, and all things being equal, had a really good... If he was playing at Collingwood, this conversation wouldn't even be had. We'd just be going, sign him up for whatever he takes.
It would be had, because he's not in front of Bonampelli or Ed Richards or Libba, or it's just... Tim, you've said some silly things. Top 10
Harley Reid's a better player than Tom Liberatore. Absolutely.
Not at the moment, he's not.
Oh, well.
You put him side by side, I guarantee you get more out of right now. In 2 years' time, you will be. Right now, though, not a chance.
I reckon you're a man on your own there. I reckon
you can back over that all you like. The bottom line is they've got to sign him up. It is an 11-year deal,
that's a different point.
And exactly. But that's the point I'm trying to say, is that I believe that Harley Reid is your centrepiece. Ox is saying, be careful because you might do a knee. Well, I might walk out and get hit by a bus in the next 5 minutes too, but I'm still going to walk out.
Do you remember was it Winks' little... no, was it Winks? No, it was Black Caviar.
Black Caviar, yeah. Jimmy.
They paid $5 million for it.
Yep.
And never got to the racetrack. And I'm not saying the horse racing is a lot different, but sometimes it's not buy beware, but you've just got to, you just can't throw all your eggs into one basket.
We just got to hope that Harley doesn't get bitten by a white spider.
So I guarantee our socials will go, Tim Gossie said he's in the best 10 players, and that'll become the argument.
Well, you did.
You did say that, Tim.
Yeah, okay, so that's one piece of a 20-minute chat.
And now you're doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk straight back out.
No, I'm not actually. I still stand on it.
You can't stand by that, Tim. That was a joke. You don't say that. That's incorrect. He's not the top 10 players right now. You know that.
All right, we've done the drill down. Thanks to Toolkit. It's on now. We'll take a break and come back off the cuff.
The tips.
No interest in your tips. No interest in your tips, to be honest with you.
Toys.
No interest.
Toys.
Gone.
Hey, Scotty, can you pick up his bottom lip? Can you pick it up?
Interest.
It's on the floor right
interest
now.
in your tips.
I'm dodging the toys getting tossed out of the cot.
You two numbats together
what a
are
cookie
enough
bowl
to
up there.
grind anyone's gears. Hawthorn Carlton, hurry up. Thursday night.
We'll take the Hawks.
Yep. Western Bulldogs with Tom Liberatore. That'll make them win. They're playing Essendon.
I'll back Libba for 3 votes.
Yep.
Let's watch that.
Get on with me. GWS Sydney.
GWS. Big game.
Gold Coast versus Lachie Neale.
I'll take Gold Coast. They'll bounce.
Harley Reid versus Caleb Sarong and Andrew Brayshaw.
Fremantle.
Luke Davies-Uniacke playing Geelong. They'll have to win if they've got Luke Davies-Uniacke in their team.
Got to. Is Nick Larkey back? Because he's top 10.
Yeah, not too sure. He's a good... he's not top 10.
No, I'll take the Cats.
Toby Pink's top 10 then. Adelaide Crows versus Port Adelaide.
Adelaide Crows, they'll win the derby.
Darcy Moore is playing. He shouldn't be. Should have got 3 weeks. He's playing for Collingwood against Richmond.
Yeah, the Richmond have been really good, but the Pies.
Yeah, Richmond were very fast the other night. Gee, they play a quick brand, but they were playing Harley Reid.
I'm going Harley Reid will fix it.
They look fast when the opposition doesn't.
He's not going to go to
backwards,
Richmond, mate. It's the last club he'd want to go to. And
No, I'm saying Harley Reid will... Anyway, keep going.
Melbourne versus St Kilda.
What do you reckon, Tim?
Oh, well, Clayton Oliver's no good, so I'll go for St Kilda.
They were bad, your boys.
Okay, all right, well, I'll go for Melbourne. I didn't say Clayton Oliver's no good. I just said he's not what he was 3 years ago.
Hey, you two have a head-to-head battle on players. Let's go
Murphy and Riley West.
Yeah, no. Let's make it a little more interesting. Let's make it Libba v Harley for the rest of the year.
Oh, absolutely. Lock it in. You happy with that, Tim?
I'm getting a dirty look.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Tim?
Yeah, well,
you happy with that?
Why not? Let's mention a team that's in finals mode, another one that's on the bottom of the ladder with one win. That's a fair deal.
Well, hang on, it's an individual. You said that everyone will get behind Harley. They'll all get behind him.
Why don't we nominate another 20-year-old?
All right.
20-year-old.
No, you just said before that Libba's Harley's
I'll
better than
have
Libba.
Nick Dacos.
He's throwing the names out.
I'll have Nick Dacos.
Who?
I'll have Nick Dacos.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, stop
Go
it. Stop it.
One thing Nick's got is the umpires on his side.
Oh,
It's 25 past
what a
7.
load
See you
of
later,
rot.
Ox. There he is. There's he, mate.
Thank
He
you,
gets
bye.
absolutely untouchable. Don't shoot Bambi when Nick Dacos is around.
Stop it.
All righty. Love it. Let's keep them coming.
Shoot.
04 and Dacos is 22. Thank you very much. Do your facts before you want to chime in. 17 degrees is our top today. It's 9.9 degrees. Come with me with facts, boys. That's all I
Get
want.
comfortable. Get your porn.